Hi there, Tomas Collins here from AuditSnap. And this video, we are going to explore templates, which is a new functionality on AuditSnap. It's a new workflow that is really suited to the more structured inspections that you might do. They might have predetermined questions, instructions, and choices that every inspection needs to cover. And that way we can fit that and insert that into our workflow. We can still perform an inspection in the standard AuditSnap workflow, which is more unstructured or ad hoc inspections. And this is simply a new workflow. So let's go ahead and build a inspection template. You'll see how that goes together. We're on the desktop version of AuditSnap here. So we're just going to open this up. I've got some predetermined sections that we can use here. So first thing we're going to do is go to templates, and we're going to create a new template. We're going to give it a title, and this is going to be called Workshop Equipment and Safety Inspection. And here we have a chance to select what type of category the inspection would go under, and we've several to choose from here. We're just going to choose safety inspection for this, for the purposes of this. Let's give it a quick description as well. So we're saying this is a visual inspection of mechanical equipment and supporting structures, access platforms, and surrounding safety conditions. And so here you'll notice that we have an option to insert sections. Now a section is going to be a header that contains certain amount of content, and those content could be text entries, choices, numbers, or acknowledgements. There's a brief description what all of those mean right here, but I'm going to take you through each of those here now in detail. We can obviously have multiple choices and items under each section, and we can have multiple sections. So let's just give our first section a title here. We're just going to call it Section 1 Inspection Details, and we're going to give our first item under this header is going to be a text response will be required here. So we're just going to first be looking for the scope of what we're inspecting. So we'll describe that, ask the inspector to describe that here, area or equipment inspected. And additionally, let's try to figure out the quantity or try to quantify this. And so we'll say the number of equipment items that are going to be checked, and we have an option to put in unit of measure here, but this is simply a number. So that's our first section there, section 1. We're just going to section 2 here, and let's capture a few items that describe the equipment condition. And the first thing we're going to ask is, for a text response, tell us the visible damage, corrosion, or defects. And then let's have a choice as well. So the choice here, you'll see has got default choices or options here as complaint, partially complaint, non-complaint, or non-applicable. And you see we've got a drop down over here as well. So we can actually edit these and make them whatever we want. It could be yes, no, pass, fail, good, bad, ugly, etc. And then we can apply the kind of connotation of that as well over here, and that will allow us to kind of isolate where there may be issues. So that is that's our section 2. We've got a text item in there, and we've got a choice item in there as well. Let's do section 3, and here we're going to ask about access and safety. Just going to copy that title in there, and now we're going to ask for a text response about access, guarding, or safety concerns. So we'll just click text here, record any issues there, and then let's ask for an acknowledgement that something has been done. So we're just going to put in an acknowledgement here, and we're going to ask the inspector to confirm that all the access platforms, handrails, and surrounding areas have been checked. And so we're going to just do one more section here for completion, and this will be about the maintenance assessment. So we're just going to put that in there. And now we're going to ask for a text response summary of the maintenance and follow-ups required. So we'll put that in there. and then we'll put in the overall maintenance requirement, which is going to be a choice this time. And this time you'll see how we can actually edit the choices for our own purposes. So here we're going to change complaint to good condition, which is obviously a positive response. Let's say minor wear, which would be a neutral response. And here we're going to use, for non-compliant, we're going to replace that with repair required, which is obviously a concern, and then not applicable is not applicable. So we've got our 4 sections. We've got all of the types of responses kind of categorized there, and now we can either save that as a draft, or we can publish it. So let's publish, and here we have now our template. Workshop equipment and safety inspection is published. It's got 4 sections. It's got 8 items. We can use it now. We can edit it, duplicate it, and maybe build on that and make a further template, or we can archive it. So in the next video, we're going to actually see how to use this in practice. We're going to populate it with some details, and we're going to follow the workflow from end to end, and you'll see what the report looks like at the end of that process. So thank you for listening. If you want to get in touch, feel free to do so. Talk to you soon.